Hey y'all, welcome back to the part 2. Oof, look at this at the bottom of the deck as I'm shuffling. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee, baby. Ooh-wee. Page of Cups. All right, what's this about? Let's ask the angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our energy to provide us divine messages and guidance for our highest and greatest good. So it is. All right. There's the Page of Cups coming out. All right. So, what's this about? 9 of Wands. All right, so somebody is in their feelings because of what they're currently experiencing in their life. Maybe difficulties at work even. Sometimes it's like relationships, work, like life strife is what I'm getting. Okay, wounded warrior energy. Somebody feels like life is happening to them and not for them, and they feel like there's some sort of like difficulty that they're experiencing. I feel like they don't like it when it happens to them, but I don't know that they really care when they do it to others, because I'm getting like 5 of Cups, 3 of Cups are spilt, 3 of Swords, deceptive, lying, cheating, scandals, giving to others behind the scenes. And then we have that Tower card that I thought I saw. And then we have the 7 of Swords. So I feel like someone thought that they could get away with something, but they're now being held accountable by a higher authority than them. I feel like maybe it was for money, some sort of personal gain is what I'm getting. I feel like, yeah, this is like somebody who's, you know, intentions initially were meant to be over here, but you know, there's been some sort of redirection, and as a result, like there's been a lot of emotional duress or relationships falling apart. I feel like there is something that maybe somebody is obsessing over, overthinking. I feel like it has maybe something to do with like what they've been up to, that, you know, if someone has to look over their shoulder, it's usually because they're hiding something. I feel like, you know, maybe there's some sort of like judgment playing out here. I feel like someone may have to be held to an account of something. Almost evidence. I'm getting evidence. All right, so we're going to get some more info. Let's get the cards out. That's just what's happening in the bottom of the deck. The moon card. This is what's being illuminated. Okay, that's all the stuff that's going on in this person's life is what I'm getting, is what I just picked up off of the bottom of the deck. So I feel like what's hidden is no longer hidden. I feel like there's this illumination of things. Okay, 9 of Pentacles. Wow. Yeah, I feel like somebody is realizing that they're worse off than maybe when they started. Yeah, and then I have the Star card. Someone is feeling like they've been through it and might want to ask for some sort of support from you in some way. You could be in some sort of position of replenishing, healing, resting, recuperating, or somebody may need to recuperate from what they've experienced. There's that. Okay. Let's see what else we got. I'm getting with the Star card. This really talks about like having like a strong energy, strong faith, like you're supported by the universe with all the stars in the sky. You know, you are somebody who kind of helps to support others in some way. So you could be a healer. You may understand like hidden concepts potentially with the moon and the star, right? Like the sun and the moon, you know, are one. And then we have this, you know, universal symbolism here with all the stars. It's like it's like you're not from here. It's like you have this unique energy about you. You have a strong uniqueness. It's like believing is seeing for you. Right? And for others, it's not so easy. In fact, there's a lot of trickery and shadow here. There's a lot of like things unresolved, unseen, unknown. I feel like there's been a ripple effect that might have actually affected you, or maybe tried to affect you, because the moon has like a pond in it and there's ripples, and so does the star. Okay, they're both outside under the night energy, night or day. I guess the star is kind of neutral, but things are being illuminated for sure. Maybe someone's realizing that what they're experiencing right now is as it relates to you, and maybe what they've done in the dark. Whatever, oh, I just heard what's been done in the dark is coming to light. And I feel like through their own personal experiences, are they becoming aware of this? Okay. All right. Page of Swords. I feel like they're starting to figure it out. They're starting to realize, they're starting to think about, okay, like, wow, if I really think about all these things that have been happening to me, it's all starting to add up. Yeah, as I think about all the things that I've done, it's all starting to add up. And this shit is coming back. This is like a return to sender. This is karma. All right, see, there's also like communication. Lots of it. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of people talking about one person. All right, and I'm getting it has something to do with this Page of Cups and Page of Swords. Okay. Okay, so what is all of these? What's this talk about? Yeah. Ooh, Four of Swords. Okay, maybe someone is going into some sort of energy of support, seclusion, respite, healing, maybe even recovery. Okay, or maybe someone is not well. I feel like, you know, it talks about mental stability and mental health, as well as how our thoughts affect our well-being, and how important your mindset is. Mindfulness. I feel like there's a lot of talk about that. My stomach is hungry. I feel like they might have done some things that they're being held accountable for against a star energy. Okay. Maybe there's this energy in the environment around them that might be, I feel like there's truth coming to light. Okay, with the King of Swords. I mean, the King of Swords is an authority figure, usually in a position of power, speaks the truth. So there could be some sort of like boss energy maybe, or someone who feels like they need to speak up. Someone who's speaking up for something or standing up for something. And sometimes, you know, usually when the sword's in the upright like this, it's kind of like hearing somebody out, hearing both sides to a story, or maybe knowing one side of the story and maybe didn't listen to the other side before. So there could be a bit about that. I feel like maybe someone believed someone's lies is what I'm getting. So this authority figure, this King of Swords, this is in the legal system. Okay, so I'm getting like this could be someone is in trouble with the law or something similar to that. Physical law or spiritual law. Okay, confirming the law. We just got the Justice card. Okay, thank you. All right, yeah, so someone's being held accountable for the actions. Wow, I just got the Six of Cups. So this is somebody who you may have dealt with in the past in some way, shape, or form. So it's somebody you know. All right, then we have the High Priestess, and then we have the Three of Swords, and then we have the Seven of Cups. So I'm getting like somebody used some sort of like, yeah, I feel like there might have been some sort of like betrayal, deception, heartbreak, lying, slandering, defaming. I feel like there was a lot of betrayal here, and I'm getting like it might have been tapping into like occult practices here with some people, all right, in order to create some sort of illusions or castings towards this star energy. Okay, that is what the moon is talking about. It's like there's this hidden actions that somebody is taking that they did in the dark that are coming to light. Okay, and I feel like this is all coming to everyone's awareness. Okay, everyone's becoming aware of what was being done, or someone's going to speak the truth about what was done or what they know about what was done. They may have participated and maybe are feeling a bit apologetic or remorseful for their involvement. I feel like they believed someone's lies, and as a result of the lies, they took action, but now they're realizing they made the wrong decision. I feel like someone's conscience is playing heavy right now. Okay, with the 7 of Cups. Yeah, this person was responsible for one of the cups that were sent to you to create some sort of illusion about you. Maybe they contributed to a lot of gossiping or some sort of investment they made towards trying to affect you and your existence here. So, yeah, I feel like you're victorious in the situation at the bottom of the deck. Magician energy. So yeah, somebody definitely was, yep, Strength card, operating from a place of ego, pride. I feel like you are the one that has the true abilities here. And I feel like they did this from a place of envy and ego and jealousy because you have the true gift. And it's like, look at, you know, you have the true gift. You have the strong ability. We have a Leo here. So I'm also getting like maybe a fire sign. Leo specifically might have been pretending to be one thing, but maybe something else. Specifically when the moon, around the moon, I feel like somebody may pretend to be of the light, but behind the scenes, like, does some wicked shit. So, with a group, mind you. Okay? So yeah, there's definitely some black magic on the table here. Okay? And not just by one person. Okay? We've got multiples here. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Fool card. I feel like they're going to watch you move on without any of them. They're going to watch you. Believing is seeing. They're going to know and understand that your aura is magnetic, and they're going to watch you have golden opportunities because manifestation is your superpower as the magician. So they messed with a magician, a teacher even. Yeah, I feel like you have released karmic debt as a result of this experience with this situation. Okay, look at 3 of Pentacles. All right, let's keep going. Okay, we have the Lovers in reverse. And then we have a Queen of Cups in the mid position, which represents somebody who uses their emotions to manipulate people. So she may like throw tantrums, or he may throw tantrums, because it could be a feminine, masculine. Don't get too hung up on the genders. But I would say this is somebody who has some emotional trauma that is unresolved, okay? And therefore they use it as a weapon, okay? I feel like they may have, you know, tricked this other person that they're connecting with, and maybe through the group. I feel like there was like this karmic relationship here. This is a karmic feminine or masculine here, depending on where the energy's at. Okay, yeah, then I have the 5 of Cups in reverse. There's no regretting anything that they've done to break up a relationship, a union even, okay? So I feel like this person doesn't care about what they leave in their path of destruction. It's like there's no regrets here, is what I'm getting. This means no regrets. I feel like somebody is not well either. And I feel like maybe they don't really care about that. Oof, my stomach just was... Reverse. I have the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like maybe what they did for money, they don't have any remorse about. Or, hey there. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this energy, the 5 of Pentacles energy. When it's in the upright, it represents the dark night of the soul. And it's kind of like they're bandaged, hobbled, and appear cold and feeble. And so they seemingly are oblivious to the warm glow in the church and how there could be comfort and support and resources. They're too focused on their current situation to see anything kind of around them. And as well as like the window, right? It's holding the 5 Pentacles and like a design. And the upper portion of it is the tree of life. And so it's kind of like tying it back to, you know, some of the life lessons here, and that salvation is there if they only just took a look, right? And the downside and rough patches of long-term relationships and even our suffering here doesn't mean there isn't any hope or salvation available to those who see, right? To those who see. And if it's in reverse, it's like all of this has been overcome. There's been some sort of moving past these trouble spots even. And maybe there's some sort of growth and renewal that maybe someone's trying to have. So there was that. Let's get some more information regarding what we're picking up with. And then we had the 5 of Cups too. Okay. All right, I have the 2 of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Sun. Okay, so I feel like, you know, there is this, like, almost like what goes around comes around, right? There is this, like, bringing something into balance and harmony where something might be heavily over in one area and needing to be balanced in another. So I feel like someone's needing to kind of, like, focus on what is directly in front of them. And, you know, there's 2 different ways to see something and also experience it. And so it depends on which one you choose, right? So if you're choosing to see that there's nothing but difficulty and strife and suffering, then that's what you're going to experience. Instead, you could choose to see the bright side of things and experience that and embark on something new. And understanding that, like, there is, you know, even when there's hard times, there's also really good times, and to appreciate the good times and experiences in life. I feel like someone's having a hard time doing that right now with the 9 of Wands. Okay. All right, let's see what else. Yeah, there's that 5 of Pentacles, okay? See how, like, this is the top of the tree of life. And I feel like in reverse, I feel like someone has chosen to learn the lessons of their experiences, chalk it up to an adventure, and move on with their life, okay? Persevere through these things and overcome them. All right. Bringing things back into balance. We have a King of Cups here. Water sign energy, doesn't have to be though, but this is someone who's emotionally mature. You know, it's almost like you had to learn what wasn't aligned for you to understand what does align for you. So I feel like there's that. It's like, okay, well, let me experience both perspectives now. So someone might have experienced the one side, and now it's time to experience the other. And I feel like, you know, and to take action as well towards something that they feel really like strongly about. I feel like there's a lot of potential with this too. King of Cups. Okay, Four of Swords. So there very much could be somebody who's praying, meditating, isolating, maybe seeking healing, maybe doing a lot of contemplating, trying to work on their mindset. The Magician. It's like understanding how manifestation works, and it starts with the mind, the thoughts, and then they get created into reality. All right, so there's also the grasping these principles, okay? Hermetic principles at that. So understanding that, you know, your thoughts create your reality, okay? Just saw the Five of Cups. Look at, yeah, and understanding like if you have confusing thoughts or lack of clarity, then that's what's going to create in your life. I feel like somebody almost wanted to create some sort of confusion, or someone's currently confused. Okay, we'll get more on that. Maybe someone is feeling like they are unable to create at this time. They're blocked. So maybe if there's a lot of energy here, lustful energy potentially, okay, with this, you know, scales being balanced here, this pendulum in swing, and like juggling energy. I feel like somebody, I'm also getting that there could be a blockage, or wanting to create a blockage for somebody to prevent them from manifesting. Three of Cups. Yeah, because look at manifesting is my superpower. So they're trying to create some sort of blockage so that you can't manifest, because it is your superpower. And they're trying to like pray and can't think, like their thoughts, okay, are being projected. I feel like you are protected from projections. Yeah, because you're an earth angel here. And you use their thoughts, their projections, and you transmute it to gold. It's like taking something lead and heavy and low and dense to something light and bright and harmonious, peaceful and loving. That is an alchemist. So it doesn't matter what they send your way, you use it. Or your spiritual team will find a great way to repurpose it elsewhere. They may even flip it, switch it, and send it back to them. I feel like it depends on how lucky they're feeling. All right, so we have the Six of Cups. We have the Strength card. I feel like, you know, you were really standing in your purpose. You're very strong. You're confident. You have a lot of courage. I don't know that this energy really has a lot of courage. Okay, in fact, I'd say they don't, as the Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay, I would say they're dealing with someone who is the mirror image of them. So all the things that they don't like about themselves, they attracted a partner who has all those things. And they have both fallen from grace. Okay, Hierophant. So there's some spiritual lessons being learned about how we participate in life and the lessons that we're meant to kind of like grow through and develop. I do feel like there's some sort of offer coming in, but I think this Queen of Cups wants to block this, whatever this might be. This person might be wanting to come towards you in some sort of way. But I feel like, all right, I feel like this Queen of Cups came out to block this person from coming anywhere towards you. Okay. So that means that they're still dealing with the third party. They have a contract with them now that needs to be fulfilled. I swear I saw one flip. Okay, I'm seeing things then. Keep it moving. I feel like you're meant to keep it moving. Yeah, There's something that you're meant to experience here. This was just a lesson on your path of union. Okay, so this very much could be like, you may have a twin flame union coming in, or this is you being in union with your higher self and the divine. I feel like we'll get more. This could be like a commitment coming in, a higher level soulmate commitment is what I'm getting, a partnership. Three of Cups. Yeah, somebody is juggling multiples in their dynamic because they're not happy with who they're with. Queen of Cups in reverse, King of Cups. Okay. So masculine or feminine, whatever that is. I feel like they both entertain. Maybe they have an open relationship is what I'm getting. Or they act like they have an open relationship. Yeah, they act like they have an open relationship, but they're both doing this behind each other's back, operating from a place of lust, chemistry, passion. Yeah, so they're both cheating on each other behind each other's back. Okay? Because they need to tap into others' energy and use it, because their energy is not at a vibration to manifest from. And so they need to tap into other resources. And they do this by manipulation and control and abuse, bullying tactics. Pretending to be something that they're not, to the point where they have to look over their shoulder. Okay? Empress energy, this Queen of Cups and this King of Cups. Don't want this Empress to leave because she's prime source. Prime source energy. Someone is envious and jealous of this Empress and is trying to be a copycat. There's no competition where you don't compare. Right? Like, yeah, Earth Angel energy, you will have victory in this situation. You will have victory and success. Continue to focus on your mission and purpose here. Okay? They've been trying to replace you this whole time. They thought that where they were going was going to bring them what they seeked. But come to find out, it's like they had to still try to find this energy amongst others. That's why they entertain many, right? Like not even many can measure up to this. Okay, so I feel like they're finding this out. It's kind of like they're on a search for something, but they don't know what they're in a search for. It's like they're not looking up. They're not paying attention. They're so focused on all the things that are going wrong. And I feel like they're looking outside of themselves, right? And so I feel like that's what's missing, is that they're so busy worrying about what everyone else thinks and has, you know, thoughts of them. Like, they care about what people think and say about them. And that's why they do things behind closed doors. They very much could be having a very secretive relationship, maybe, that they don't want everyone to know about. I feel like it brings them shame because it goes against belief systems that they were brought up with. And I'm getting it has something to do with like a father or brother figure. I feel like it might have been something that they've been hiding since childhood. We'll see. Yeah. I feel like they've always had to stand up and defend themselves. They've always felt like they were never enough. They always felt like they're always having to be in like defense mode. Okay. Or they've always had to, let's see. I'm going to get more on this. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, look. Seven of Wands and the Devil. I feel like someone has been battling some sort of like dark attachments there for quite some time. All right. And I feel like, you know, I feel like this devil energy is like kind of taking over somebody. I hate to say that, but it's like this energy is using this individual to get at the sun energy, which is the star we were talking about earlier. So yeah, I feel like someone is maybe, yeah, and then I have all the work all the action that they took against this Empress is returning back. So I feel like the devil's out because somebody is concerned that they're going to have to try to fight this energy off themselves. They may have made like promises that they can't keep. Maybe they promised to sacrifice you and they weren't able to. Okay, so now they may be a bit concerned because now they have to come up with something to pay the devil back in some way, shape, or form. There's some sort of, someone's coming to collect, is what I'm getting. In whatever way that is, they know what business they sent out. They know what they put energy towards. Queen of Pentacles. They know what they invested in. So they're concerned. And I feel like they're very concerned that people are going to find out what they actually did. All right. So this is some... I mean, this also can be like, hey, you know, part of your experience here is to overcome challenges when it comes to generational trauma and addictions and codependency and operating from our pain and trauma and, you know, not letting it totally affect our lives to the point where we get off course. And I'm getting like this energy is fighting to get back on track. And I feel like the devil's like just sitting there like, you know, just say, hey, it's like a tap on the shoulder to this energy here. They feel like they're being tapped on the shoulder and they're like, shit. Okay, then we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like somebody is, I mean, this is like Mother Earth energy. This is, you know, someone who, I feel like somebody's holding on to something or someone's about to receive something. Or somebody has a gift, some sort of ability or blessing that maybe somebody wants to try to get access to. Somebody has something that somebody wants. And I feel like they may have tried to steal it from you. And that's why the devil's involved. Okay, because they used some occult practices possibly to try to take it from you. They may have worked with others to do this as the Magician and the Five of Wands. Yeah. I'm picking up on the I'm picking up on whatever is in the energy, all right? It's like a radar. Yeah, all right. So this is what they've been keeping a secret on. They're afraid this is going to get out. Okay. I think it's out. I think everybody knows except for, oh, what's this? Ooh, what are these cards? All right, I'll take these. Ace of Pentacles, okay. Queen of Pentacles, all right. So this is what they were trying to take. All right, and then I have the Page of Swords coming out. Someone's watching, researching, looking you up, okay? Seeing you from afar because they don't have access to your vibration frequency. You're stable, you're secure, you're doing better without them. I feel like your justice is to enjoy your life. I feel like this was a lesson learned for you and you are applying what you've learned and you're creating a new life. This very much could be a union, some sort of, you know, supported, devoted, committed, stable, secure, in alignment even with a strong commitment, partnership, something that is like destined for greatness, okay? I feel like, You know, you very much could be moving on for whatever reason this is. Like, this could be inheritance. This could be, you know, you just having clear knowing, right? Look, it's like clear as day. It's sunny. It's bright. Like, this is you having the experience of being on the bright side, because that's your mindset and this is your physical reality. So it's kind of like remembering how important the mindset is when it comes to manifesting. And if you focus on the bright side, you're going to experience the bright side, right? Like bright side all day. And manifestation and manifesting is your superpower. Okay, so I feel like you are a manifesting superpower, all right? And I feel like they wanted to try to either use this for themselves, use you as a way, your energy as a way of manifesting stuff for them. And that would be why, you know, maybe there's a bit of this energy here and a bit of this energy here and, you know, some other energy. But I would say that there's, you know, there's definitely, there was some chaos magic, confusion magic, there was competition, there was drama. And, you know, there's like this whole ring of people that, you know, spent a lot of time wishing ill will for you when they could have been paying attention to their own situations and their own lives. They'd be a lot further along if they minded their own business, because you're an example of that. You're an example of someone who, you know, didn't get involved. You took the high road and you focused on your own growth and development. You're not trying to compete with anybody else. Okay. So if they want to continue to compete, they will have a lot to compete for. And you're not even playing the same game. So, right. You're keeping it moving. Right. Manifestation is your superpower, but you got to be aware of the vibration and frequency that you're manifesting from. And if you're wishing ill will on others and you're trying to get away with some shady shit, well, guess what? Knock, knock. Who's there? That's the shit you're going to experience. So it's a choice. You have free will choice. So make a wise choice. I'll see you on the next one.